Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to have a discussion about Air Jamaica. Recently we did a video about them removing the Air Jamaica sign from the airport and asked where it should go. And a lot of people mentioned it should go in a museum. But a lot of people also mentioned as to why Air Jamaica closed. So today I want to ask you guys, why do you think Air Jamaica closed down? What was the problem? No, it definitely wasn't the in-flight service. Air Jamaica had one of the best. I mean, to this day, Air Jamaica is the nicest airline I have traveled on. Guys, what do you think in terms of the airplane and the experience on the airplane? How was it, and how would you compare the service you got on the Air Jamaica flight to other airlines? I don't think that was a problem. Now, the airline started in 1968 and it did very well. It had gates at all the major airports around the world, especially those in the US, Canada, and England. And it brought a lot of tourists to Jamaica. But like most national carriers, Air Jamaica lost a lot of money. So when the government went to the IMF for a loan, the IMF said, as the International Monetary Fund, they said one of the conditions of getting the loan was that the government had to shut down Air Jamaica. So the airline ceased operations. Now, what do you guys think was one of the reasons, or what are the reasons why you think the airline wasn't making a profit? Why you think it closed down? Some people had mentioned one or two things in the comment section. So that's why I'm just making a video so we can have a discussion about it. Um, I'll wait on the comments before I comment. So guys, let us know what you thought of Air Jamaica and the closing down. Now, in terms of what Air Jamaica did for Jamaica, it brought in a lot of tourists. And you can't really measure that on a profit and loss or a balance sheet. Because, yes, the tourists would pay for the ticket and come in, and then the government would take its airport fees, and then they would go and they would spend more money in Jamaica. Now, just to point something out, when a tourist comes to Jamaica, the government charges them an arrival fee at the airport. They can charge them any fee they want at the airport, and the Jamaican government charges fees at the airport. So the tourists would pay money to the government on arrival. Then when a tourist stays at a hotel, the government collects money from room tax. Room tax. And then when the tourist leaves, the tourist pays departure tax at the airport. And all of this money adds up to billions of dollars that goes to the government. None of those fees would be, or none of that revenue would be on Air Jamaica's balance sheet or profit and loss. That goes to the government. Now, when the tourists go to attractions, go to restaurants, etc., in Jamaica, that's more money for the Jamaican economy. So that's my take on on Air Jamaica. Maybe at the end of the day, the airline was operating in the red, but remember, the airline books wouldn't take into account the other revenue that the tourists that Air Jamaica brought spent. Now, some people have said what other airlines would bring tourists here. Yes, but the fleet that Air Jamaica had and the gateways that Air Jamaica had, they would still be bringing in more tourists than the routes we have now. And the routes are opening up in Jamaica. The Montego Bay Airport, the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, almost every week you hear about a new route coming to Jamaica. Everybody wants to visit Jamaica. It's the number one destination in the Caribbean. Jamaica's tourist infrastructure is one of the best in the Caribbean. So Air Jamaica would have been adding to that to help bring in the tourists. So guys, that's my take. I don't think the government should have shut down Air Jamaica. I don't think the government wanted to shut down Air Jamaica. I think they were forced to by the IMF, and to get the loan they had to do what the IMF said. So guys, let me know what you think. Why do you think Air Jamaica what you think Air Jamaica was doing wrong, and tell us about your experience flying on Air Jamaica. Alright guys, have a good day.